When you hear the name Rolls Royce, you don't just think of a car. You think of elegance, of craftsmanship, of wealth and power, wrapped in steel, wood, and leather. Rolls Royce isn't simply an automobile manufacturer. It is the ultimate benchmark of luxury, a brand so deeply associated with perfection that its name has become shorthand for the very best. If something is called the Rolls Royce of its kind, you already know it is the pinnacle. But behind that polished grille and spirit of ecstasy ornament lies a world full of secrets, obsessive craftsmanship, and fascinating details that only make the Rolls Royce legend even greater. Today, we're uncovering 12 things you probably didn't know about Rolls Royce, the brand that doesn't just build cars, but creates moving works of art. The story begins in 1906, when two men with very different backgrounds crossed paths. Charles Rolls was a Cambridge-educated aristocrat with a passion for motor cars and aviation. Henry Royce was the opposite, the son of a miller, a self-taught engineer obsessed with precision and craftsmanship. Their worlds collided when Rolls saw one of Royce's early cars and was blown away by the engineering quality. They decided to form a partnership, and from the very beginning, their goal was simple: to build the best car in the world. This wasn't about mass production or affordability. It was about uncompromising quality. This DNA has never changed. Every Rolls-Royce produced to this day is built around that same philosophy. It must be the absolute best. One of the most recognizable symbols in the automotive world is the spirit of ecstasy, the small figurine that adorns the hood of every Rolls-Royce. What many people don't know is the scandalous story behind it. The model for the ornament was Eleanor Thornton, the secretary and secret lover of John Walter Edward Scott Montagu, a British aristocrat and one of Rolls-Royce's earliest patrons. Their affair was hidden from the public, but Montagu commissioned sculptor Charles Sykes to design a mascot inspired by Eleanor.
When we designed the new Spirit of Ecstasy for the 21st century, we had one clear objective: she had to be perfect. Mystique has always surrounded the origins of the Spirit of Ecstasy. She's believed to be based on a lady called Eleanor Thornton, but no one knows for sure. She was the secretary to Lord Montagu of Bewley, the motoring pioneer. It is assumed that she was slightly more than a secretary, and we went to extraordinary lengths to recreate her.
The result was a graceful woman leaning forward with her arms stretched back, robes flowing behind her like wings. That design became the Spirit of Ecstasy, officially adopted by Rolls-Royce in 1911. Even today, each figure is carefully crafted and hand-finished, and in modern Rolls-Royces, the ornament is designed to automatically retract into the hood, if tampered with, protecting it from theft. Unlike mass-market luxury cars that roll off production lines in days, building a Rolls-Royce takes time, a lot of time. Each car is handmade at the Rolls-Royce headquarters in Goodwood, England. From start to finish, a Phantom can take around 6 months to complete. Over 400 hours of labor go into creating the body, paintwork, interior, and finishing touches. And then there are the details. Take the coach line, the elegant hand-painted stripe that runs down the side of many Rolls-Royces. Only one man in the entire world is allowed to paint it: Mark Court. He's been doing it for decades, with a squirrel hairbrush and a steady hand, completing each line in a single, flawless stroke. This obsession with craftsmanship is why Rolls-Royce cars aren't just purchased. They are commissioned, like works of art. Step inside a Rolls-Royce, and you'll notice something almost eerie: silence. The brand has spent millions of dollars perfecting sound insulation, to the point where the cabin feels almost otherworldly. Engineers used more than 300 pounds of soundproofing material in the Rolls-Royce Phantom. The glass is double glazed. The tires are filled with foam. Even the aluminum body is designed to dampen noise. The result? Passengers are cocooned in near total silence. In fact, during development, the car was so quiet that engineers had to remove some insulation because the silence made test drivers feel disoriented. That's how extreme Rolls-Royce is when it comes to comfort. They engineered silence itself. One of Rolls-Royce's most iconic modern features is the Starlight headliner, the ceiling of the car, lined with thousands of fiber optic lights that replicate a night sky. Each car's headliner is bespoke, hand-installed with as many as 1,600 tiny lights. Customers can request specific constellations, including the exact star pattern from the night they were born or the day they got married. Some clients even add shooting stars that streak across the ceiling at random intervals. It takes an entire team of craftspeople up to 17 hours to install a single headliner. The result is one of the most magical automotive experiences in the world: driving under your own private night sky. If you've ever seen a Rolls-Royce in a striking color, chances are it was a completely unique shade. The brand maintains an archive of over 44,000 paint colors, and if none of those suit your taste, they'll create a custom color just for you. Customers have sent in lipstick, handbags, even nail polish to have their Rolls painted in the exact shade they want. Once the color is created, It's stored in the Rolls Royce database under the customer's name. That means no one else can use it without permission. In other words, your Rolls Royce isn't just custom. It's one of one, with a color that belongs to you and you alone. Unlike most luxury cars, no two Rolls Royces are identical. Each customer has access to the brand's Bespoke program, which allows for total personalization. Buyers can choose from endless combinations of woods, leathers, and metals. They can request embroidery of their family crest on the seats, or have inlays of rare materials like mother of pearl, gold, or even meteorite in the dashboard. One customer famously commissioned a Rolls Royce with the exact wood veneer from a tree on his private estate. Another had their initials woven into the star pattern of the headliner. When you buy a Rolls Royce, you're not buying a car. You're commissioning a personal masterpiece. Many people don't realize that the Rolls Royce brand is actually split into two entities. Rolls Royce Motor Cars, owned by BMW, builds the automobiles we associate with ultimate luxury. But Rolls Royce Holdings, a separate company, is one of the world's leading manufacturers of aircraft engines. The company supplies engines for some of the most advanced aircraft in the world, including the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and the Airbus A350. In aviation, Rolls-Royce is synonymous with engineering excellence and reliability, just as it is in the automotive world. So when you hear the name Rolls-Royce, remember, it doesn't just represent cars. It represents engineering mastery across land, air, and sea. Luxury has no limits. And Rolls-Royce proved that with the Boat Tail, the most expensive new car in the world. Unveiled in 2021, the Boat Tail was inspired by luxury yachts and hand-built for just 3 ultra-wealthy clients. Its estimated price? A staggering $28 million. The car features a rear deck that opens like a butterfly's wings to reveal a hosting suite complete with a champagne cooler, cocktail tables, and custom-made silverware. The wood veneer on the deck is the same quality used in high-end yachts. Even the paint took months to perfect, containing crushed mother of pearl for extra shimmer. The Boat Tail isn't just a car. It's rolling art, built to showcase what happens when money is truly no object. Rolls-Royce is famous for obsessing over the tiniest details, the kind of things most car makers would never even think of. For example, every Rolls-Royce comes with umbrellas hidden inside the doors. But these aren't ordinary umbrellas. They're stored in heated compartments that dry them after use, so they're always ready. The tires are reinforced with special foam inserts that allow the car to keep driving even after a puncture. The doors don't just swing open. They're weighted to close at the push of a button. And every piece of wood in the interior is matched for grain and color, so the entire cabin feels seamless. This is why Rolls-Royce is in a league of its own. They don't just sell you luxury, they sell you perfection at every level. While many luxury brands chase speed records, Rolls-Royce focuses on something different: effortless power and smoothness. Since BMW revived the brand in 1998, every Rolls-Royce has been equipped with a V12 engine. These engines are tuned not for loudness or aggression, but for silence and refinement. They deliver immense torque at low speeds, allowing the car to glide forward with almost no effort. A Rolls-Royce doesn't roar, it whispers. And that's exactly what makes it so powerful. So there you have it. 12 things you probably didn't know about Rolls-Royce, the most prestigious name in automobiles. From hidden love stories and handcrafted details to multi-million-dollar masterpieces, Rolls-Royce has built a reputation that no other brand can match. It isn't just about cars, it's about legacy, about craftsmanship, and about creating something that stands at the very top of human luxury. That's why owning a Rolls-Royce isn't just buying transportation, it's joining a tradition of wealth, power, and artistry that has lasted more than a century. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Rolls-Royce, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for more content on the world of luxury, wealth, and the extraordinary things money can buy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.